Hello and welcome after our 2-month-long sabbatical, pretty much.
It was a month, but that was still a long time.
Welcome to episode 45.
46.
46.
Yeah, you don't even remember it because it's been a long time.
You know what I do remember, though? CANAS podcast.
Oh
We talk sports.
God.
Canadian sports.
Ugh.
Can't until you figure out a better jingle to do this. So.
Okay, fine.
Listen, we've gone, the last month, so much has gone on in the hockey and football and soccer and basketball and baseball. We're not even going to focus about the last month and a half or whatever.
No.
I think we're just going to talk about, this week.
Yeah.
And, what's happening in the world of sports.
It'll be a lot easier.
Yeah. So.
And I don't think anyone wants to listen to a recap of a month and a half of sports. So.
No, I mean, this has nothing to do with Canada, but the GOAT has finally won his elusive World Cup.
Yes.
That's the biggest
Messy.
news out of the last month to come out.
Did you hear
insane.
the Spanish commentator?
The Argentinian?
Yeah.
I almost cried.
I cried
to him, dude.
It
was so emotional. I can't even begin to fathom the pride he felt in winning the World Cup. I was pretty stoked about qualifying. So he genuine tears coming down your face because you've finally attained the biggest, most difficult trophy to win.
Yeah.
Truly remarkable. I look forward to when the Oilers win the Stanley Cup, and even then I don't know if I'd be as emotional as if Canada were to win a World Cup for once.
Mm-hmm.
But
I agree.
It's incredible. So this week the Australian Open starts. We have men and women in the field for those. Not too shabby.
Nope. Oh, you know what we forgot to do?
Let's make bold prediction for 2023.
We'll make bold predictions now since we forgot to do it since we haven't done it in a month.
I mean, we were going to do it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
One of ours was close.
Prediction.
I think I came somewhat close.
No.
Well, you weren't even close. So you couldn't even start. You were so far off. So far off.
At least mine were really bold. Your Canada one. Your Canada one was bold, but mine were extremely bold.
All right. I think our bets need to be bold. You know what? I'm just gonna do it now. Let's just do it now. Let's make our bold predictions.
Off the cuff, bold predictions. No planning.
No planning. Let's go. I will go first.
3. Just do 3. I'll do 3.
Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay. A Canadian team will win the Stanley Cup.
The way it's looking now, only one will be able to do it. Or no, 2. Winnipeg might.
Canadian team's winning the Stanley Cup.
Okay, that's a good one. I am going to say... that... I'm going to say Chuba Hubbard is going to get at least 1,000 yards.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty bold. Yeah. Next, I would go with...
That's a tough one.
A Canadian... 2 Canadians on 2 separate occasions. So either... There will be 2 Canadian Grand Slam finalists in tennis this year.
That's a good one.
So I'm not calling them to win. I'm calling...
To be in the finals?
2... maybe it's Felix Auger-Aliassime in 2 different finals, but in 2 separate Grand Slam finals, there will be a Canadian in the final. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. I was just thinking that's... Considering Layla was one not too long ago.
Well, he was on an insane run.
And Felix,
I'm thinking this might be my least bold one of the 2 so far. But I'm trying to go for bold, but also still can happen. Has a chance.
Yeah. This is a tough one. Because I was gonna say one for Connor McDavid, but it's Connor McDavid, so So I was gonna say he was gonna clean sweep the awards.
That's not bold at all, dude.
Actually, no. That is pretty bold because the Rocket. He can, like he's not no he's leading right now, I think, right? Is he leading right now? Yeah, but no, I'm gonna say it. Yeah, because he's gonna clean sweep the award. Well, not clean sweep the Art Ross, the Hart, Rocket Richard, and the Ted Lindsay. Those 4 he's gonna win this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go then with my last bold prediction that in the calendar year 2023, Connor McDavid will get a total of 170 points.
Okay, I can see that, yeah. Okay.
That's bold as hell. That would put him top 10 all time.
And what's his closest?
Okay, so first is Gretzky with 215. Next is Gretzky with 212.
We know it's Gretzky, Lemieux, and all that.
Then it's Gretzky with 208. Then it's Gretzky with 205. Then it's Lemieux with 199. Then it's Gretzky with 196. Gretzky again with 183. And then Connor McDavid will get in there.
Ooh, okay.
Right underneath Gretzky. So McDavid will have a top 8 season of all time. Or top 8 calendar year. Yeah.
Is that like for what you looked at? Was that calendar year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Calendar year.
Okay.
So that would put him essentially like he would have to finish this season off with probably another like 80 points. So almost 2 points a game to stand a chance.
Okay. Okay, that's a good one. My last one is going to be Canadian soccer player or football player is going to be a part of a major team, like in the...
That's Alphonso Davies. It's already...
No, besides Alphonso Davies. Well, that's not... I'm going to argue that's not bold.
Okay. Jonathan David
No, I was going to say... Okay, I'm not... Okay. Besides Alphonso Davies and Jonathan David.
Tajon Buchanan's already going to a big club.
I'm sorry.
Scottish League. I'm disqualifying it. That's not bold.
Well, bold. Okay, fine. So we're eating chocolate too. I don't know. Mine is.
You could have my tennis one if you like. I have another one.
No, it's fine. Let's go with. Okay, you go for another. Like you already did your 3, right?
I did my 3 already.
Oh, I can't think of one.
I'll give you a 4th. Blue Jays won the World Series.
Okay, no, that one wasn't gonna be.
Then take my tennis one if you want.
Because you want that one?
Yeah, I want the World Series.
Okay, fine. I'll take your tennis one.
awful one. It's also.
I know. It's so bad. It's very plausible.
Yeah, it could happen.
Yeah.
All right. We'll look back and we'll realize we're idiots.
Except mine.
Yeah, yours are actually pretty smart. I'm going to look back and I'll realize that I was an idiot. 170 points in a calendar year? That's absurd.
That's crazy.
That's more than 2 points a game.
But I was thinking, like, for mine, like, people are, like, purposely not voting Connor McDavid. Well, they're not. They're avoiding Connor McDavid, but...
They're avoiding
him. He's not... Yeah, they're avoiding him. But because of his season that he's going to have this year, I'm going to say he does clean sweep the 4.
Yeah, but again, I don't think that's bold.
Well, the Rocket is bold.
Listen, if he wins the Rocket and if he wins the Ted Lindsay, no, sorry, the Art Ross. If he wins the Rocket and the Art Ross is a scoring one, he's going to win the Hart and the Ted Lindsay.
Okay, yeah.
If you say he were to win the Selke, that would be bold. But that's also not happening. You know. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
probably
We'll
not
revisit.
plausible.
Maybe like next episode, we'll revisit it again and just like give our official ones with like I don't know.
No,
This was
we're
last
keeping
second?
these ones. We're
Alright.
keeping
I
these
don't even
ones.
remember what I put. We'll have to listen to the video, the tape. Anyways, okay. Big news coming out of the Toronto Blue Jays today.
Today.
Yeah, I don't know if you've like it's literally just came into my phone 5 minutes ago.
Oh,
It's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and the Blue Jays avoid arbitration, signed a 1-year, $24 million deal.
1 year.
1 year. I mean, they still have. He's still under club control for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, the last year he's under club control will be like a 10-year, $300 million deal
probably.
at least. Also, did you see that Carlos Correa? He signed like for 3 different teams, right? But they like failed physicals. If they combined all the years and all like the contract he signed like 32 years worth of contracts for over $800 million.
Holy
this year.
crap. But he keeps failing the physical?
Yeah, he kept on failing physical. It was his bum knee.
Oh.
But he seems fine now. Like, it's not the end of the world.
I was going to say, like, he's not really taking it seriously if he's failing the physical. But if
No,
it's his
he
knee,
had
then,
surgery in his knee. Yeah. Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
It is, yeah.
Like, wouldn't they, like, understand that he has a hurt knee?
Yeah, but it's also like you're going to invest how many hundreds of
That's
millions
true,
of
that's
dollars
true.
into a guy? Like, you want to make sure he's going to last the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Like, freaking Rick DiPietro. You know, one of those. Or like the Bonilla contract for the New York Mets. They're still paying him on the 1st of July $1 million until, like, I don't know, probably
Dude,
after he's dead.
That'd be so good. Just a random $1 million every
That'd be
year.
incredible. That'd be absolutely incredible. I don't know if Bonilla has like a daughter or something that I can marry. Anyways,
Oh, that's
so
good.
that's big news for the Jays.
That's a good
We're
signing.
still missing arms. We're still. I mean, we did sign a couple of guys and trade for a couple of guys, but we're still. Our bullpen's not good,
Yeah, I was going to say...
and our outfield is now much weaker because of the loss of Teoscar Hernandez and Lourdes Gurriel Jr.
But didn't we...
So we picked up that left-handed bat from. He's pretty decent. Like, don't get me wrong. He's an outfield / catcher. Like, he can play both.
Yeah, but we just have to
But
see.
it's one guy, right? Like,
That's true.
and we lost Ramel Tapia, and we lost. What's his face? What's his face? The guy with the really long face.
I don't remember.
Oh man, he just came on for defensive plays. The white guy. There's like 2 of them in the team, man. Like, it's... How's it a bad thing for me to say the white guy? There's 2 guys, like 2 white guys on the team, pretty much. Chapman and what's his face? Owen Romero.
Springer?
No. Springer's darker than...
Oh.
He's tanned.
He's a tan boy.
Yeah. Anyways. Okay. That's it really for the Blue Jays. Like, they need more arms still. But, like, the bat should be fine.
Yeah.
Honestly, the bat's
We'll
not the
just have to see in spring training.
Yeah.
And kind of go from there.
Yeah, exactly. So, hopefully they sign quick. Sooner rather than later, hopefully. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What else?
Okay.
Football.
I guess we can go... Oh, no.
Not much about football. Like, no big Canadian players are in the playoffs. Considering where does Chase Claypool play now? Like, the Giant or the Jets?
The Bears.
Oh, the Bears, even worse. And then Chua didn't make it with Carolina. Although he was
but
close.
He was improving a lot.
Yeah, although he got
did
really
have a really
close.
good game.
I think your bet, like
late in the season.
your bold prediction of 1,000 yards, I think it is quite
yeah,
bold.
I like that
because
one,
he hasn't
yeah.
even come close to that. But I
No.
definitely think it's a realistic one next
Like,
year.
if he just...
as
does
long as
well
they
in
don't
the
sign a
preseason.
number 1 running back or like draft one,
Yeah.
you know. But it'll be important. We'll see. He needs to be more physical. But,
He has been improving, so...
yeah, I agree. Also, so Salsa and I are watching at the moment of recording the Golden State San Antonio game. I don't know if you saw this, but like before the commercial break, they showed the jumbotron. San Antonio, the team was advertising that there was going to be a big fireworks show an hour after the game. Dude, they're down by 40 points. With like
37 to
left.
be precise.
I saw him shoot the 3. I thought it was going to be 40.
Oh.
Sorry, 39, whatever.
Oh, no, yeah.
They're down by all those points. Like, how are they going to be celebrating at the end of the game? Like, not a single person's going to want
I
to
think everyone's... Yeah, there's people leaving, too.
100%. Like, you aim the firework at someone or something. Like, this is just absurd.
Anyway, let's go to the big boy. Let's go to hockey.
Oh man, just so many overperforming in the Winnipeg Jets. We knew how good their offense and their goalie is. Unfreaking believable.
And now they're
Josh
really
Morrissey
showing it
is
now.
playing absurdly good.
Yeah.
Like he's playing like a legit number one defenseman is right now. That guy is genuinely a top. I'm gonna put him top 5 defenseman in the league right now, just the way he's playing. I don't think he's talent wise a top 5 defenseman in the league. I think he's playing like a top defenseman, enough to get him an all-star vote.
Yeah, he is second in the league in defenseman scoring.
In points, yeah, but yeah. I'm valuing his performance in a more defensive manner.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, like, he's doing really good offensively.
100% agree.
Really improved his defensive play.
And that's a big thing for that team for sure. Toronto Maple Leafs are doing how the Toronto Maple Leafs should.
Yeah. They're just
winning more than losing. I think it's like 2 wins to a loss pretty much is how they're doing it right now, which is about how Toronto Maple Leafs do, especially during the regular season.
Yeah.
During the postseason, they're an atrocity. But during the regular season, they're so good.
Yeah.
And that goaltending duo is holding up enough.
Yeah.
You know? Even with the injuries that they had as well. Like when both Murray and Samsonov were injured. Labushkin or what? No, what's not his name. That's a defenseman they signed. Anyways, their third stringer and even their fourth stringer came up, like, performed solidly. And with all their injuries, too. Like, has, what's that right shot guy that they got from LA? Muzzin. Has Muzzin even played a game since the first game? I don't think so. And that's a top 4 defenseman in the league. So they're doing really well, man. They're doing really well. Vancouver is a joke. Like, the turmoil in that team right now, in that locker room, is awful. It's just like JT Miller is such a horrific person. And just awful teammate. Nobody likes him. Like, and then the way that they're like... Did you hear the Quinn Hughes interview from the other day? Where he literally called out the training staff for the Pearson setbacks. 3 straight setbacks. And then he's like, yeah, like maybe he shouldn't have been pushed as the way he did. I'm like, wow, you're calling out your training staff. Like, that's how bad it is in the team right now. So that's a joke. Ottawa's doing worse than I thought. Montreal's doing about what I thought. And then the 2 biggest surprises for me are Edmonton and Calgary. Calgary more so than Edmonton. We knew Edmonton's defense wasn't exceptional.
No.
We knew they weren't good.
And it caught up to them 100%. Since last year, yeah.
I also, I am a little surprised at how poor Jack Campbell's doing, but I think he's starting to get it into rhythm a little bit.
But I'm really impressed that Stuart Skinner
is insane. Yeah, he's playing so well. Big time. Yeah, he's playing so well. But I'm shocked over Calgary. Shocked. Like, their goaltending right now is atrocious. Jacob Markstrom is horrific this year. Like, almost as bad as Jack Campbell bad. And Jacob Markstrom was a Vezina finalist last year. Like, and that defense in Calgary is elite. Like, elite defense. And they don't have the excuse of a bad defense in front of them. I mean, the Oilers don't have a bad defense either in front of them. We just don't, like, Darnell Nurse is having one of his all-time worst seasons, like, in the eye test. Just not a good season.
But it's just, for me, I think it's just because we're just relying too much on Darnell Nurse. We're giving him way too many minutes.
I would agree. I think we need a physical shutdown defenseman.
You know what? I was like talking to my friends at work today, and I was thinking, why don't we go for Matthias Ekholm?
Oh, I think that's the ideal choice. I'm a little scared over his contract, to be honest with you. The term and the dollar figure isn't the greatest.
He's like a really very decent like 2-way defenseman. Like he has really good offensive play. And he's pretty good defensively, too.
You know who my dream, like, the dream 2 guys that we bring in, not just 1, 2. Luke Shen, for the veteran Stanley Cup pedigree that he has. He was a number 7 defenseman, a number 6-7 defenseman in Tampa, but he still won 2 cups in a row.
No, he wouldn't be that expensive to
He
get.
wouldn't, no. And Joel Edmondson. Physical, big right shot. For that, we would I would think we get rid of Barry for Edmondson at some, as for that. But, yeah, I think, for me, that's it. Like, we need
for, a big splash, I would go for Ekholm. For, good trades to, help out with our depth, then, yeah, I would go for those guys.
I don't think we need... Our defense played pretty damn well last playoffs, did it not?
Last playoffs, yeah.
Who did we lose? Keith? Was Keith his Norris caliber self? No. Keith, we had 3 pairs that were playing 20 minutes a night each. That's how you're going to win. That's how the Oilers are going to do this. You're going to have a more defensively sound defensive pairing with, your checking forwards. And they might play 22 minutes in the game. But, you're not going to have Darnell Nurse playing 30 minutes in a game. That's not how we're going to win games in the playoffs or even the regular season. That said, we also have 97 and 29 playing ungodly hockey as per usual. But McDavid even more so this year than ever before.
Yep.
So, I don't know. We'll see, I guess. But the trade deadline... fast approaching. I think Winnipeg makes a couple additions.
Well, the way they're playing, yeah, they could probably go
I don't think Dubois resigns there.
Do you think they'll trade Dubois for someone good?
I doubt it. I think the way that they're playing right now, they have a legitimate chance of making it out of the Central and making it to the Western Conference Final. I don't think if they're smart, they don't trade away anything. They'd only trade 4. They load up on this, I think. Because, now they have a healthy Ehlers as well. That's huge. That's a huge addition. That's a better addition than you can get for anybody at the trade deadline. These guys, what they should be getting is also defense. They should really be pushing for, the Ekholms of the world or the Edmondsons or, you know what, dude, if they can find, Provorov.
That'd be a good one.
I highly doubt he's available, but, Philadelphia's a bad team. They're down there. Joel Edmondson's going to be a hot commodity, especially as a physical right shot. And, but who are the worst team? Who are the bottom teams in the league right now? Philadelphia, Columbus. Who does Columbus have that you can? That will be a big guy.
There's that one guy, who plays in Columbus. Trying to remember his name.
Then you have Detroit. Detroit's not gonna doesn't have any physical defensemen that are veteran defensemen really. And then you have Ottawa, who's an awful defense all around. That's their issue. And then they have their own players hitting their defenseman over the head with a stick too. There's not the market is there's gonna be an overpayment for sure. I was listening to the Gregor show.
Gavrikov, that's his name.
Oh, yeah, it's decent. Yeah. You know who I really would love is Dumoulin out of Pittsburgh. I was hearing it on the Gregor show.
That'd be a good
I don't
one.
think Pittsburgh is a seller at the deadline.
No.
So that will be another issue, right? I don't know. The market's going to be tough. But at the end of the day, I think we do need 2 defensemen. Because our forwards are solid enough.
Our forwards are fine.
Especially with bringing back Evander Kane. That's a legitimate top line winger coming back.
And fan favorite Klim Kostin is playing.
Klim Kostin is playing a top 6 forward somehow.
That trade was really good for us.
I think I actually said that. I said good for them. We got an NHL player, a potential NHL player for a number 7 defenseman at the absolute best in the NHL. Yeah. Nothing against Samorukov. No. You're number 7 defenseman in the NHL. You are still amongst the best couple hundred players in the world. Okay? But we had too many left defensemen. Samorukov was
and he was. I don't think he was going to have his chances.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Klim Kostin's exactly what we needed. A big guy, physical guy
who can
shoot, but also it just makes his presence known.
Yep.
It's exactly what you want. So that was a huge win. The Holland haters are going to say it was a god-awful trade somehow.
somehow.
That was a genius trade. That was absolutely brilliant.
I liked that trade when it
That was a
happened.
brilliant trade. Yeah, I don't know what else. Like,
honestly, I'd probably say a third line center, maybe, just so we can push up Nuge and just make our top two lines better.
Nuge playing third line center has almost been better than Nuge playing a top six winger.
But if we push up Nuge, then it'll just...
I mean, you're not wrong.
Like, it'll just make it so that they won't focus solely on, like, Draisaitl or Hyman or whatever.
Having Nuge, McDavid, and Draisaitl down the middle allows us to run 11 forward, 7 defensemen. And that's proven that's been our best formation, the best grouping to put. Because with 7 defensemen, we can run the guys, we can play them less, but play them better matchup minutes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Pretty much what I'm looking for in the trade deadline or before the trade deadline is just defensemen.
Yeah, I think the defensive
just need
market
defensive
is
help,
be
and then
ridiculous.
It'll be a little bit easier, especially for Nurse. A little bit easier on Nurse, so he doesn't have to play so many minutes.
And he needs a right shot, man. He needs a right shot, physical right shot defenseman to come up and play. But he also needs, I don't know, if we get another lefty. But again, Broberg's starting to play really well. But you don't want to go into playoffs with Broberg.
No,
I don't think. But
honestly,
Broberg and Bouchard have been
honestly,
playing
if the right trade
well.
is there, I wouldn't mind trading Broberg. If the right trade is there,
yeah, the right trade defined meaning. I'm not doing Chychrun. I'm not doing Broberg in a first for Chychrun.
No, I wouldn't do that.
I don't understand the hype behind Chychrun. Yeah, he's a good defenseman, but I think Broberg is just a little bit worse than him right now, right? Just a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that.
Or are we really going to overpay for the 3 years of Chychrun that we're going to get? I don't think Chychrun's the guy who's going to make us win the Stanley Cup. Who would I give Broberg for? I would give him up for Provorov in a heartbeat.
I wouldn't mind giving him out for Ekholm.
Ekholm? If Nashville retains 50% of the Ekholm salary, absolutely. But
I wouldn't mind.
No.
I wouldn't mind then for Ekholm if they want to retain 50. I would say at least 30. I wouldn't mind giving them a couple picks in Broberg.
Who's the number one right shot defenseman in the league right now? Who's a legitimate right shot top pairing defenseman in the league right now that could even potentially be available for trade?
Good question.
I would only trade Broberg for somebody who will be able to put up top pairing minutes with Darnell Nurse in the playoffs. I would include a first round pick, but that's all I would trade Broberg for, because Broberg is going to be your second pairing left defenseman for years to come. Kulak will be our third pairing left defenseman. How good of a left side is that with those three? Right? Listen, I'm not trying to overhype Broberg. He still has a lot to learn. He's only played 40 NHL games. Okay? But
and isn't there the saying for
it's like 200
games? Yeah.
And I get it. We want him to start being good now. We need him to start being good now. 100% agree. Absolutely understand. But are we really willing to give up a valuable contract of Broberg's for 3 years? Like I said, if the right Connor trade... McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, we need to win now.
Yeah.
If we want to re-sign them at that point. But when when they're getting ready to re-sign their contracts, they're going to see that we have no the way that some Oilers signs are presenting it right now, we're going to have no prospects, no picks, and nothing to show for it because because what's his face from Arizona is not going to win us a Stanley Cup. Chychrun will not be winning us a Stanley Cup. That's not happening.
I just want Ekholm because I like Ekholm.
I like Ekholm as well.
Really
I think Ekholm will be a fantastic addition. I'm just scared about the contract.
Oh, no,
because I would rather have McLeod and Broberg and Bouchard and Skinner for Ekholm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like re-signing them?
Yeah,
Kind of thing? Yeah,
I think
yeah.
McLeod. You can get McLeod and Broberg for Ekholm money, and I would take McLeod and Broberg because I think McLeod's contribution to the team is huge. We really missed him when he was gone for those games.
That's
it was
true,
very
but
clear.
if by some random chance that we don't make the playoffs this year, let's say, we will have to go all in, like all in, just to
If we're even out of a playoff spot by the trade deadline, they're going all in for it. Like, you know it for a fact.
No, but I meant like for next year they'll go all in.
No, like I agree, but I'm telling you right now, if we're out of a playoff spot this year, we are giving away everything in the farm for like a Kane, Taze, Chicker, all of that. Like
just
they're gonna
to keep those two happy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But again, I'd like to do something like what Pittsburgh does and keep it,
Yeah,
keep it realistic. Like let us.
yeah. Like I guess it was different back in the day with when Crosby came into the league. Like nowadays, everyone's just going for the money. I wouldn't be surprised if even Leon and McDavid go for the money.
Leon more so, I think.
Yeah, Leon more so than McDavid, but
we'll see. Like, I don't know.
But I'm just saying if we're not in the playoffs this year, next year is gonna have to be giving up the farm, giving up the picks and everything just to at least have like the best shot at winning the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what happens the next couple of years with the cap. It's gonna increase, but yeah, like I said, if we don't make the playoffs, we're gonna have to give up everything just to keep them happy.
You know who's in the toughest position of all? For me, it's Calgary, man. I think Calgary, there's nothing obvious what they need to add. Like, that team is elite, and they're just not getting wins. And they're not getting defensive, like, they're not getting stops by their goaltending team or unit.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, I get it. Yeah.
I think if Calgary's GM decides to go all in, Tree Living, I think is what his name is. Mm-hmm. If he decides to go all in, he goes for one of Taze and or Kane. And I think that's probably the best thing that he can do for that team. Because I think a leadership.
Who do you think he'd go for though?
The Taze or Kane.
No, but I meant like out of the two.
I would go for Taze over Kane.
I would too. I would, because then their center depth is a lot better.
How good is what's that third line center that they have? The guy who pretty much shut down McDavid for the one game. That guy's good. Like the centers, Calgary center depth is insane. Backlund, yeah.
Is it Backlund?
Backlund is insane. Yeah. He's such a good third. He's, in my opinion, the most underrated defensive center in the league. Because he can still produce offense, too. Michael Backlund is elite defensive. Like, he should be a Selke nominee every year. He's that good. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
The team who wins the Stanley Cup is going to be a team that picks up a couple defensemen this year at the trade deadline.
That or just goes for Kane, and then they'll just...
I don't think Kane wins a team a cup. I think, like, let's see, who amongst the top teams in the league can... Because Seattle's not going to do... Seattle's not going to...
Seattle,
yeah, but Seattle's not making it past the first round. Zero chance. LA too. That goaltending in both those teams is an atrocity. No. Zero chance.
Not that bad.
It's garbage. Like, they have a 890 save percentage, both teams. Phoenix Copley's playing insane. Is he really going to keep this up all year? That's not happening. Not even a little chance. Their goal differential for LA is 0, dude. They've won 25, lost 14, OT 6, and their goal differential is 0. That's how many goals they've given up. Yeah, I mean, Minnesota might be the only team.
I've heard that they're going for
Dallas.
defenseman.
Dallas is the team that I would try to add at Kane. That's a team that needs more offense. If they get the offense, and then you have Jason Robertson, you have Patrick Kane, you have Pavelski who's playing really well still, you have Rupe Hintz, You have Sagan and Ben on your third line.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, Dallas, and their defense is pretty elite as well. And Ottinger is a top 5 goalie in the league right now. Oh yeah, Dallas can go for forwards and make a real push for the Stanley Cup this year. And then perennial deadline favorites, Boston Bruins. You know for a fact they're going to go for something. And then Carolina actually can also go for a forward. But everybody else needs to go for defense.
Yeah.
And then there's not much available. If Seth Jones is doing well, Seth Jones would be a target. And
but
Chicago
with his
would
contract, though?
I know, but that's what I'm saying. If he was doing well. I mean, you also have the teams that have like guys on LTIR that might come back for the playoffs. A la Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yeah, but
Erik Karlsson will be the biggest trade this trade deadline, though.
Whoever needs an offensive defenseman.
Erik Karlsson will. I'm predicting Erik Karlsson will be going for multiple first round picks.
I've read
a top and 2 prospects.
I've read that San Jose is looking for at least 3 first round picks, and they'll at least retain 18%.
I read that too. I read that it was at most 18%.
At most 18%. Yeah.
I think Karlsson goes for 2 first round picks, a second, a prospect, but 25% retention is what I think it will end up being.
I would say at least 25%. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no way. Like that's a huge contract, and none of the teams are. They won't be able to afford it.
No.
Which is why I think a sweetener is going to go to San Jose because they're going to take on a bad contract, or maybe not a bad contract, but a big contract. You know?
Yeah.
Anyways, I think we've talked enough about hockey.
I
think we've talked enough today.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks everybody for listening. Well, for our first episode back, and
I was good. Oh, you were going to say welcome back.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Welcome
back to us. Yeah.
To us, just talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been nice. We'll try not to take a month off again.
No, yeah, that was just weird. It was just mostly because of
it was timing.
The holidays,
man. Yeah, holidays, and yeah, it was all about timing. But whatever.
That's okay. We're back.
Yep.
And hopefully, I'll find an intro.
You won't.
No, I won't.
Yeah,
not right away, but I'll try to find one soon.
Yeah, we'll see. You've said that for a year now.
I know, I did.
Anyways, thank everybody for listening. We will see you next week for episode 47 of the CANAS podcast. And yeah, we'll look forward to it.
Yeah.
CANAS podcast, we talk sports.